Eli Lilly weight loss pill versus Tirzepatide Zepbound weight loss. Hi, beautiful friends. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping, and we've got some Zepbound news that just came out, or GLP-1 news that just came out. But first, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've lost over 103 pounds the last 2 years of my life being on GLP-1 medication with Mounjaro, Zepbound, Tirzepatide compound, and I'm a GLP-1 enthusiast. And on today's episode, there was a new release from Eli Lilly CEO talking about a new weight loss pill to be approved next year. And that weight loss pill, I was shaking my little bottle. These are actually Bioptimizers, my fabulous magnesium, which I'll link in the description link below. But this fabulous weight loss pill is ORFORGLIPRON. ORFORGLIPRON. And I practiced pronouncing that 500 times before this video, so hopefully I said it right. ORFORGLIPRON. It's an oral daily pill that Eli Lilly it's still in trials, but basically what it is 14.7% of weight loss in mid-stage trial versus a 2.3% placebo. Whereas Tirzepatide or Zepbound, if you're on Mounjaro or Zepbound or Tirzepatide compound, Tirzepatide, Zepbound and Mounjaro, same thing, 2 different FDA approvals. But for Tirzepatide, it's once a week injection, whereas the Orforglipron is a daily pill, both GLP-1 medications. Tirzepatide, you lose 22 on average, 22% after 72 weeks. And Orforglipron, it's 14.7%. So 14.7% for the daily pill versus 22% for the once a week injection. So Tirzepatide's still king. Or queen, I should say, depending on. But this is exciting is that CEO David Ricks of Eli Lilly told Bloomberg on Monday, January 13th, 2025, that Eli Lilly is, it's still going through the trials with it, but it looks like it's going to be approved as early as next year. So this time in a year, we're adding more in. And why is this breaking news and why this should be important to you is, anybody ever play the game Monopoly? Monopoly. It literally is the economics of having more supply in the supply chain. That we have so many, the demand is so high right now for GLP-1 medications, which makes the price high. As an economist daughter, I'm like, yeah. So when there is a high demand and there's low supply because of the shortage, we have high prices. And so adding something else onto the market, I'm going to hold back up my Bioptimizers, even though that's not what the pill is. It's Orpho. It's supposed to be my Orforglipron visualization. But having a pill enter the chat in terms of GLP-1 medication for GLP-1 weight loss, this is huge because it's going to start making the prices go down. Not right away, but having more competition, even though it's still Eli Lilly owned, but still having more competition will make pricing go down. And who's ready for a price drop on their Zepbound or their Wegovy or their Mounjaro or their Ozempic? I am, and I bet you are too. So Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk. Novo Nordisk is the maker of Wegovy and Ozempic. Those are the same things, just 2 different FDA approvals on those. They dominate the obesity injection market, respectively, and are looking to develop these next generation versions. So we're in 1.0, even though GLP-1s, it's not one. I say 1.0, and that's GLP-1s have been around for a while. So it's really not 1.0, but 1.0 in terms of this aggressive life-changing medication of where little old someone like me who has morbid obesity and suffered horrifically from obesity, not horror, well, it is horrific. It was bad. It was not, to have this life-changing experience now of where I'm active and I walk 2.2 to 6 miles per day. I weight train. I'm going on roller coasters. I'm clipping my safety belts in on airplanes. I'm riding horses. I'm doing all these, like my wildest dreams. The world's my oyster and the world's your oyster too. So this is exciting in terms of the cost part of it. But the second part of it that you may not have thought about is with a daily pill, it's not going to require refrigeration. What requires refrigeration? Our GLP-1 medications, Wegovy, Ozempic, Zepbound, Mounjaro, they all require refrigeration. So eliminating that major component, and when you're thinking in terms of shipment of these drugs, like the operations, I'm a businesswoman, and so my brain always goes to operations when I'm thinking about stuff. The operations of this, I'm like, whoa, like that is a logistic challenge to have how things get staying at a certain temperature across the United States and now across the world globally, because our UK friends are very much, we have so many new UK friends welcome and Australian friends and other people throughout the world. How do you keep it refrigerated? So with these pills, knocking out that refrigeration component is huge. Huge, 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 huge. So you can see that there's a decrease in the effectiveness of like the end results, not the effectiveness, but the end results of these, there is a decrease in it. And so, but it is way more convenient and way easier to manufacture, which will affect the price point, on it. So this is exciting. Not only will the price of this twofold in terms of pricing, one is the price of the actual pill will be substantially cheaper because of, you don't have to do the refrigeration. But two, trust and believe Eli Lilly will get their investment back, though. let's trust and believe that they will get they're the ruthless business people in a good way. I mean, they've created these life-saving drugs and life-changing drugs. But this will be cheaper than the pens because it doesn't have to be refrigerated. But also, people who are on the pens very well may transfer over to the pill. And so that will make less demand. But also just in general, like I said earlier, the marketplace. With having more GLP-1s coming to the marketplace, this is great for all of us, regardless what GLP-1 medication you're on. It will eventually, because that's how economics work, affect your pocketbook eventually. And so that is great news. Woo! I'm very excited about that. So it is in key late stage trial of it. And so there's still like, you guys know, of course, always I'm continuing to like monitor the news on this. I'm like continuing to monitor the news on this with it. But the pills are more convenient than the injectable form. Like just think of traveling, you know what I mean? Like I did my whole travel review. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll link it down below, the actual travel container that I now recommend. It comes with this awesome power bank on there. It's really a cool device. It comes with a power bank. It's easy to travel. It's TSA approved for flights. I take it on my flights. But completely eliminating that to be able to just get on an airplane with just your pill bottle would be fantastic. So that's helpful. But also just keeping up with the demand. It's going to be way faster for manufacturing for Eli Lilly to pump out pills to get those out to the marketplace. And like I said, it's going to take people off of the injections, probably. Right, like I'm on the highest dose of Zepbound. We may be a little different because there's varying degrees and spectrums of obesity. I always like to say that we are not the same in terms of, it's not black and white. There's lots and lots of gray in terms of obesity. And so our care for that obesity is going to be different for us. Across the whole obese community, the management is going to be different, not one size fits all, we're different. And so with that, hold on, my thing just jumped. The point that I'm the point that I was trying to get to over here is we are different in terms of the management. And so for me, being on the highest dose, I have to stay on Zepbound. I'm on Zepbound 15 milligrams. There is nowhere else for me to go until a new drug enters the chat and enters the market, which will be 2025 or 2026. And so just patiently waiting, patiently working on all of my perspective with food and also working out and really honing in on that skill set because it is a skill set. But thank goodness for GLP-1 so I can even work on those things. But so for people who don't need that high dose, maybe you're on maintenance for Zepbound. So many people are on maintenance. I'm like, you go girl or you go guy. I love hearing it. My free encouragement group linked down below. People talking about maintenance and what they're doing for their maintenance plans. And we have conversations in the free group talking about that. There's thousands and thousands of amazing people in the group. And so a lot of people are on maintenance. Well, maybe it would make sense for you to be on the pill versus doing the injection. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like this opens up the chat for your healthcare provider and you to have a conversation of maybe you take a daily pill with it, right? Versus the weekly injection for maintenance and it's at a lower dose. And maybe that drops your price significantly, right? Like, see, this is where it's like starts to expand of like, oh, if you got to maintenance and you're not on Zepbound 15 milligrams or the highest dose on Wegovy, then maybe it makes sense for you to switch over to this pill because maybe you're on the middle dose. Maybe you're Zepbound 7.5 milligrams or Zepbound 10 milligrams, and that's where you capped out for maintenance. Like I said, because obesity, it's varying spectrum, we're not all the same. So some people, and I know many of you, have hit your goal weight, you're on maintenance, and you're at these middle doses of Zepbound. So then maybe it makes sense for you for ORFORGLIPRON to take that instead. You know what I mean? Like this is where, and maybe it's substantially cheaper for you, but maybe you don't want to take a daily pill. Maybe you don't want to take a daily pill, and you're like, I like the weekly injection. But in terms of travel and it really does open up a bunch of stuff for some people. I have a very good friend who is overweight, who takes GLP-1 medication. And so I was saying, as I was reading this article, I'm like, this might be a good option for her. Of like, when I started, I had to lose 130 pounds. It's a lot, and I didn't say that for a long time. I think I didn't say that. I said it was 100 pounds because I was so embarrassed. Like, it's embarrassing. The guilt, shame, and condemnation that came along with obesity, like, ugh, I'm still unpacking some of that and getting a new healthy perspective with a lot of it. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. But my friend who is overweight is taking GLP-1 medication. I'm like, she didn't need this like drastic, like I needed an intervention. It was drastic. 130 pounds overweight, like I needed an intervention. And so thank God. But for some people, right, like the marketplace, there's a wide spectrum. And so this is the point that I'm trying to get at. Let me just cut to the chase. It's great. This is great information. Pills would be more convenient than the injectable formats. And Eli Lilly says the ORFORGLIPRON helped them lose 14.7% of their weight in mid-stage trial compared to 2.3% who took the placebo. I always find it fascinating about the placebo. Literally, when I started Zepbound, it was Mounjaro, but because there was no Zepbound. Same thing though, two different FDA approvals. When I started Mounjaro 2.5 milligrams, which is Zepbound 2.5 milligrams, I immediately had like within the first 24 hours, and I'm sure I did, but I think part of it was the mental component of like a placebo, like, oh, like I think mentally I really did also psych myself into being like, this is gonna work. I'm paying so much money for it. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars out of my own pocket. This is going to work. So one of the other things to talk about too is the stock market with Eli Lilly. Have you noticed Eli Lilly, they did not hit their sales goals for, what was it? Yeah, was it Q4? Yeah, it was Q4 of 2024. And so this is interesting. This news is getting, this would not be, the ORFORGLIPRON would not be released until, if pending approvals, until Q1 of 2026. So it's not this year. It's in the beginning of next year, which is 2026. But it's interesting in terms of stock shareholders, right? Like knowing, like getting the stock now, it dipped. And so knowing that there's these other things in the pipeline, that is strategic for share prices. I know many of you have stock. We talk stock. I love talking stocks. I am, like I said, I'm an economist daughter, so I love talking the stock market. So it's fascinating to me. This is all fascinating to me in terms of the weight loss pill. And did I have? Yeah, here it is. It was in Yahoo Finance. It was talking about how Lilly forecasted the 2025 revenue to be 58 billion to 61 billion. Nope. Oh, excuse me. That was for 2025. It dipped though. The market share was different than what they thought it was going to be. So I find that interesting. Quarterly sales were expected to be 13.5 billion, Eli Lilly said on Tuesday of these preliminary reports, below the 14 billion average estimate analysts had surveyed within Bloomberg. Both Zepbound for obesity and Mounjaro for diabetes both came in under projections, and that was January 14th. 2025, that article came out too. And I'll cite my sources because I do. By the way, a special thank you to beautiful Martha. Sent a super thanks here on YouTube. Thank you so much. That is so kind. Whenever people do YouTube super thanks, I am so humbled. Trust and believe the Count and I are good stewards, and we will put that to use with our charitable work for animal rescues. We are ambassadors for Homeward Trails Animal Rescue and other animal rescue organizations. So we will utilize that for our donations for that. So thank you. People ask, how can I best support you? The best way is literally just to click like, subscribe, and share this video. If you feel inclined to go a step beyond, like if literally you don't have to buy anything, if you do feel inclined when I have a sponsored video to help watch that video and click like and subscribe and on those, and if you feel inclined to purchase something from a sponsorship or an affiliate program, great. But I have literally zero expectations. The fact that I have more than one friend here blows my mind. And I'm sincerely grateful for each and every one of you. So Martha, thank you. It was so nice. So nice. And so like literally I was like, I squealed Duke was sitting next to me. He's like, what? And I was like, oh my gosh, Martha did the super thanks. And so a super thanks to you. Our community spotlight today that YouTube picks is Rebecca, Connie, Alicia, Marjorie, and Thelma. Thank you. And there was some from the other day that I also, of course, want to recognize for our community spotlight because I love you guys so super much. I'm so grateful for you guys. You guys have literally changed my life, and I'm so appreciative. Let me pull up the screenshots of those people to make sure I'm recognizing you as well. It was Karma, Jolene. Already, okay, yeah. It was Jolene who switched. Yeah, Jolene switched with Thelma and Marjorie. So thanks, guys. I like beyond humbled, beyond grateful. I literally, if I think about it too much, I'll start to cry like a big baby, but you guys literally make me weep in a great way. And the fact that we have this great news coming, like this is exciting. We also have, this is different than CagriSema. Many of you guys have asked me about CagriSema. That is what I am looking for. It had been higher in terms of the data than Tirzepatide, but now it's showing it's about the same-ish, or if not, like it's around the ballpark. So it's not as high as it once was. The big Godzilla is Retatrutide, which is also made by Eli Lilly. But that is not coming out probably till 2026, and it's still in all these clinical trials and stuff before getting approved into the market. So we got time. We got time on our side, but I pull back to what can I do today? Accountability question. What can you do today to move you closer to your goals? And in terms of our emoji of the day, we do an emoji of the day is a spotlight or a light bulb, something with light, because of our community spotlight people. I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful for our Countess of Shopping community. I do an emoji of the day, the light bulb or a spotlight, because it helps me to get to know you better. It means that you made it this far in the video, and it's like our bat signal. I will also pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thought. So great things are coming. Like this, what an exciting time to be alive. What an exciting time to be on GLP-1 medication and to pursue our dreams, y'all. If you're not pursuing your dreams, what are you doing, right? Like, we got a second shot at life. What are we going to do with it, right? I'm just going to take it by the horns, take that bull by the horns and run with it. And really this year I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I thought last year was cool. I was on Oprah, like literally life dream checked off that I never in a million years thought would happen, to like not only be on her show, but talk to her. Like, what? Now I'm like, Oprah, please have me back. So Harpo, if you're watching, love to do a redo. Being on Good Morning America, like all of these, riding a horse, roller coasters, sitting in seatbelts, traveling, being a great mom, being a great wife, trying to be a great neighbor, trying to be a great community person. It's exciting. Okay, I love you guys so super much. Oh, two things. If you've just started and you're like, I don't know what, I'm just starting, what do I need to do? Go check out down below my Amazon shopping list, and also magnesium. If you're Bioptimizer's magnesium helps with so many things. This video is not sponsored by them. I'm obsessed with it. Use the discount code QUEEN. It's made a huge difference because it has 7 types of magnesium, not 1. I had one from Amazon that only had 1. If you're having constipation, this has helped me. I'll use my eye statements. Has helped me. Sleep has helped me. Anxiety has helped me. Leg cramp has helped me. I mean, there's so many different uses when you start learning about magnesium. You're like, and more than 70% of people are magnesium deficient. So I love them, and they've been in the market for a long time too, which is why I love them. They were so sweet, by the way. They sent me an award. I could cry right now thinking about it. They sent me an award. Bioptimizers did. The way it gets me is a trophy. I'm a high I on the DIS scale. So, okay, my sweet friends, enough babbling. I love you guys. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. Mwah! See you tomorrow. Don't forget